Hey there.
Hi.
We've made it to a new country. So we're starting a new series. And where are we?
Gosh, this one's a good one. We are back in Central America. We're in El Salvador.
We're in El Salvador, San Salvador specifically.
Because we are in the capital.
Yes. Now, we had some issues.
Some issues is probably an understatement.
And we normally have fail-safes to avoid these kind of things. But
gosh, I feel like we failed.
I had to go into the office the day that we were leaving, so yesterday, and everything was just messed up. Everything was a rush trying to get out. So we left Orlando and we had a first flight. Our first leg was to Fort Lauderdale. And it was late, it was delayed, but we checked our bag and I didn't slip my AirTag in it.
And I didn't even think about it initially. I don't know why. I don't know what made us miss that step this time around.
Yeah, and we used Spirit because Central America is really easy to get to with Spirit. Their time schedules just work a whole lot better when you're trying to plan a long weekend. So that's what we did.
And also, because we were both working, it worked. We didn't have to take that day off. We were just gonna go ahead and leave at night.
Right. So we did that and got on the flight.
We sat on that plane for quite some time because I know I almost dozed off for a while.
Yeah, but when we got to Fort Lauderdale, we still had about an hour until our flight, so plenty of time. But when we landed,
and we were in the same terminal too.
Right, just a couple of gates down, but no luggage. And then we had to file a claim and do all this stuff, and it was 2 a.m. All the taxis were gone, so we were stuck at the airport.
Gosh, and the process to file a claim here in El Salvador was very manual. The poor guy had to break out like a clipboard and, you know, carbon copies and was handwriting everything. And then because there was two of us, two sets of families that didn't have their luggage, it took forever.
Yeah, so maybe our luggage will get to us while we're still here. We'll check in and let you know. But for now, we have stuff to do. So first stop, we had to go to the mall and
to the Multiplaza.
Get some stuff.
We ended up hitting about 5 different stores to make this happen. You guys, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You'll have to leave it in the comments. But this is actually really tough. You don't realize how much you pack for trips, especially depending on your activities. So we've got a full day of a walking tour that I've planned out for us. Then we have dinner, so that's a different outfit. And then tomorrow morning, we've got a fun adventure. So that means right there, 3 sets of outfits, easily. So check it out.
And toiletries, socks,
undies,
shoes, undies, the whole bit. So that's where we were. We're gonna get ready and finally take you out there and show you what's going on in El Salvador. Now that we've showered and changed into new, fresh clothes, which AirTags, that's all I'm gonna say. Have AirTags in your luggage.
For real.
But you know what? Can't let it ruin a good time, right? We're in El Salvador. This is hustling and bustling city. Look at this.
It's very busy.
Very much so. And on the way in, we saw some topography. There was some volcano action going on.
Oh yeah, so our driver was telling us about the San Salvador volcano that has a huge crater that erupted about 2,000 years ago and made quite a mess. But he says, yeah, it's a huge tourist location now, but it just looked really awesome to see it off in the distance.
Yeah.
Kind of pops out of nowhere.
Definitely. But we're here at our first stop, and this is called
the Monument to the Divine Savior. And of the world. The Divine Savior of the world. Oh, okay. It's got a long title. So this is a symbol to all Salvadorians around the world, and it's been here since 1942. Before that, it had been statues of, I think, a couple of different presidents, and it's cool. It looks like people come and hang out. You can take a few pictures. That's what we're gonna do here.
Yeah.
They are. So let me give you further descriptions on this particular monument. So it is 59 feet high, or 18 meters for our friends outside of the US. It was built in November 26, 1942, and let's see, it was restored 1986 to 1987, and then again in 2010. Elevation 2,159 I think we should take a look around.
As we're standing below it, you get a pretty good glimpse of, I'm gonna assume this is a main road here, just because of all the things around it.
Do you guys know what the most popular dish in El Salvador is? Do you know what it is?
No.
I'm excited. We have to find a spot to try it out, but it is pupusas. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one. Have you ever had a pupusa?
No, but they had it at breakfast.
They did. It looked questionable though. That one looked lonely. I don't know how long it's in there. But also, there's been a lot of work done to this country over the past few years, which is very exciting to see. If you think about El Salvador, a lot of people in the past have been afraid. They didn't want to venture into this country. And you guys, one day in, and I can certainly tell you, I feel safe and it's beautiful. Everybody's been super friendly. I'm really enjoying it so far.
We'll keep wandering around and seeing what we've got, but actually I just spotted, and you might have seen it in the video or the B-roll already, but you can kind of see off into the distance. I don't know if that's a volcano though, because I can see like some antenna at the top.
You guys, this is so cool. We just arrived at a really cool location.
We're here to eat at a place called
Picnic Steakhouse.
Picnic Steakhouse. But while we were here, or walking in, they've got like all, oh wow, the giraffe just moved. Okay. All right, well there's this whole park thing going on. And it's $5 a person to go through a slide. So we have our tickets, and we're okay. So we're gonna follow this colorful road and kind of see where that takes us. I'm hungry.
I'm very hungry, but it's almost like a theme park, you guys. This is crazy.
All right, so let's see what we got going on over here. What's that board game? Candyland?
Candyland? I was thinking Twister, but yeah, Candyland. Candyland is the one you're thinking about.
Alright, there's some stuff over there that's closed off. So we'll walk this way and see what we've got going on.
The weather's nice up here. We had to drive quite a bit up the mountain to get here. We're in the, what was the name of the place? Santa Cleta, maybe?
Art and sports capital.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. I don't think I was necessarily prepared for how that was gonna happen.
That was really neat. Did you like it?
Yeah. It was fast. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely more than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, and you couldn't, they made you take your glasses off?
Yeah, so I couldn't see anything.
Oh gosh. That's really better.
I could just see colors flying at me.
Yeah, it was 20 seconds of your life. But man, it's intense.
I guess they put some kind of like oil or
be oil, right?
butter at the bottom of it.
The guys, they're hosing it down.
Yeah. Well, some people were getting like hose on as they were flying by. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I don't think
it would be super long. And I've seen some slides where the people hit all the way at the end, totally fall off the tube. I'm glad that wasn't our experience.
Yeah.
But man, now we gotta trek up.
Well, It's not too bad, I guess.
No. And you guys, for $5, well worth it.
Fun little gimmick before lunch.
You gotta get your heart rate going.
But I have definitely worked up an appetite.
For sure.
And now we're navigating this
Like
forest area.
I'm sure no bugs get on your head.
Oh, gosh. That picnic spot was an Instagram spot.
It was an Instagram spot. It was really cool though. I enjoyed it.
The food was more of a convenience, that you go all the way out there and they had some food.
Yeah, because otherwise you're not eating anything. I mean, there's nothing else around there.
Yeah. So now we came to a little square, a plaza, to experience some of the local
The nightlife. But this is really nice. Our driver that brought us to this plaza, we're right by the National Theater, told us that it's totally safe to walk around at night, that there's actually more people than ever walking around, which is really nice. And then we noticed that, yeah, this is all walkways. So there's coffee shops up and down, there's restaurants behind us, there's all kinds of vendors out and about. So there's people looking to make money in different ways. I was especially impressed with this guy right here. He's got this massive telescope out. Is it a telescope?
Yeah. And he's got it pointed up to the moon. And for 50 cents, you can look at the moon from a telescope.
That's nothing. Dinosaur down here. You've got mariachi guy. I love it. I really dig the lights down the street.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna try to get some coffee and explore a little, see what we can see here. There's a few rooftop areas, or at least like balcony style spots.
We may have to get a little thirsty, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll start with coffee first. Look at the architecture.
Yeah. There's a lot of coffee shops. So there's this Cafe Fulano's here. There's a Starbucks. And then there was one back that way.
Yeah.
All right, well, Cafe Fulano's,
Yeah, let's try this one.
you said was a 4.5.
That's awesome reviews, and it had a ton of reviews as well. So yeah, this looks cute.
Okay, let's check it out. To get you with that T-Rex.
It was just too cute.
We were watching her from our little coffee spot, which was a really good coffee spot. I had a latte.
And I had, how do you say
Like
it? Taro?
Taro.
Yes, it was delicious with oat milk,
Yeah.
which in Spanish is avena, and I had the hardest time translating. I was like, wheat?
And we had an empanada.
A Chilean empanada at that. It was ham and cheese.
Yeah. But while we were sitting there, we saw the T-Rex thing going on, and
Oh, we know. We gotta go back and see what the lady's selling.
oh, all right.
Yeah.
There was also a little old lady that was selling something, and whatever she was selling was flying off the shelf. People were stopping,
2
and
and 3 bats.
yeah. So again, really, really cool to come out, hang around with the locals, and see what goes on in the nightlife here in San Salvador, outside of a cathedral.
I know. So be good.
Be good.
This is what we're getting.
Well, we're still in the historic center, and we stumbled upon this national palace. Of
But
course,
there's construction's in our way, and I was just gonna try and cheat. Oh, this cat! Look, he's got a little collar. Is he a palace kitty?
hello, kitty. There's the El Salvador sign behind us. There's the front of the cathedral, and then over here, there is a national library being built with the assistance of China.
That is a massive library.
From the mock-ups, this is going to be a structure.
Let's scope out this national palace.
Oh,
Oh, well, look at this.
okay. Oh,
Test your skills.
all right. Somebody did a little bit of research.
I did. So in the past, this building used to house the 3 main powers of the government. But ever since 1980, they turned it into a national museum, and that's what they're doing here. So I didn't quite hear how often they're doing it, but they do guided tours. The next one's going on in 7 minutes. It takes about 25 to 30 minutes, and there's pricing structures. So if you're Salvadorian, it's $1. If you're Central America but not Salvadorian, then it's $3. And if you're a foreigner, obviously none of the other 2 options, it's $5. It's a good way to fund the kitty's health.
Yeah, they got to take care of this cat somehow.
I mean, that's like a fancy little collar he got on.
Whoa.
He's funny.
Shall we continue to explore
Yes.
the historic district?
Yes. Should we go this way now?
Sure. Not bad. You know, I don't think, at least from what we've seen on the media, this isn't what we've seen.
Not
This is a different El Salvador. And mind you, there's more to the country, so maybe some parts have
And we've
its
seen
things.
it, right? Like driving through, you've seen a little bit more of your common areas where you don't see as much wealth as you're seeing now here in the historic center. But this is impressive. Very, very impressive. One of our drivers was also telling us that this really began about a year and a half or 2, that it definitely wasn't like this all the time, but now just all the people and vendors, stores are opening later, the shops, the restaurants. So it's definitely a change in the country for the better. And you can see the improvements. We did find interesting though, it looks like they had some sort of like metro or almost like a tram system. And we saw the tracks for it. That has been ceased for now. And the driver mentioned that he wasn't really sure why they stopped it. He doesn't know if maybe it was too high of maintenance, but it was just a decision the government made.
A mass transit would be nice here based off of the traffic that we've been seeing. So if you are here, yes, Ubers are available and they're pretty inexpensive, which might actually hurt you trying to find an Uber.
And that's it, right? Because it's so low, nobody
Right.
wants to do it.
Everywhere we've gotten an Uber, it's only been like $3 for a half an hour ride, and yeah, it's just
coming back.
there's a lot of traffic around here, so it can be tough to get an Uber. We've had some people cancel on us, and sometimes we've waited 10-15 minutes to get connected with the driver. But you can still get around, and if you're here, you definitely should.
I think we should walk that way.
But yeah, much like other countries that we've visited in Central America so far, a pleasant surprise. So if you haven't, or you've been thinking about traveling and seeing Central America, super easy to get here from the United States. Definitely give it a shot. We made it back to the hotel. This time we're staying at a Marriott. Couldn't find a Hilton that was built yet. There is one coming next year. March 2024 or May 2024. But for now, gonna put our heads down.
Sleepy time. We didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I think maybe 4 hours of that.
Yeah, but great, solid first day. Definitely turned around from the fiasco of getting stuck at the airport and not having our luggage. But
and you have to. You can't let that stuff get to you. Stuff happens. You know?
It does. It does. And for the amount of people and different minute processes that has to happen in aviation, some things are going to fall through the cracks. It's okay. For the amount of places and amount of flights we've done, this is the first time we've lost. Well, we didn't lose it.
And I mean, we don't even know yet if it's lost. Let's not be, hopefully. It's just needs to be here with us.
Yeah. But tomorrow, next video for you guys, we've got some cool stuff planned, a little tour, might get some outdoor action going, but we'll see you then.
Have a good night. Bye.